Hey, what's up, y'all? Yes, in my mum preview and prediction series, continues with Texas, West Virginia, and Baylor. Uh, so anyway, so about let's mum mum get into it. So yes, we will start with the Texas Longhorns. Now, yeah, I mean Texas used to be good. Of course, won the 2005 national championship, and then we're in the 2009 national championship against Alabama. Lost that game, and my mom. Ever since then, Texas has really been my mom, my mom mediocre in almost every season um, ever since then. Of course, last year going. Of course, you did. I mean, really, they just had the one good year in 2018. Where they did beat Georgia in the Super Bowl, and then Sam Ellinger said that we're back, and then the next year they proceeded to lose 5 games. But anyway, yes, last year, yes. So year one with Steve Sarkisian, of course, going 5-7. So no bowl game, and then of course losing to Kansas. Now we still love to clown them about that one. So basically, yeah, Texas is like a meme. Uh, but anyway, yes, let's talk about my mom. My mom this year though. Uh, yeah. So anyway, yeah, so I guess we will start with the offense. I mean, offense pretty good last year, 35 points a game, so not bad. Uh, but anyway, although last year Texas offense, did sort of have a problem of starting out hot in the first half, and then and then I'm cooling off in the second half. Really losing that offensive momentum. And yeah, I think Texas was winning at halftime in a lot of their games, and then end up losing. So, uh, but anyway, but you gotta play both halves, and finish games. So. But anyway, so let's see the quarterbacks. Yes, of course, Casey Thompson. My mom transferred to Nebraska, and then so really this off season there was a competition, of course, with the transfer, the redshirt freshman Quinn Ewers from Ohio State. Guess he was the number one quarterback, actually, and the number one overall recruit in the 2021 class. Went to Ohio State. Now he's transferred to Texas. So, and of course, do have Hudson Card. I mean, he did have a couple of starts last year. Now, of course, there were rumors that Hudson Card was beating out Quinn Ewers in practice. But then, of course, we found out that Quinn Ewers has been named the starter, which is great news if you're a Texas fan. So, but anyways, now let's talk about running backs. Yeah, I really like your running back room. I mean, you do have Bijan Robinson, right? He's going to be the main back. But then, of course, you also have that Roshan, Roshan Johnson, right? And then also Keelan Robinson. Yeah, not sure if he's related to Bijan or not. Probably not. So you got a good stable of backs, and then of course, was Bijan was also a big contributor in the passing game as well. So he actually had the third most catches on the team. So anyway, speaking of the passing, let's talk about wide receivers again. You're also loaded at wide receivers. You bring back Xavier Worthy, and Jordan Whittington, and then pretty much the rest of your wide receivers transferred. So really, it's just Worthy and Whittington. Really, the only ones left with any real in-game experience. So. But anyway, you did turn to the transfer portal, which did get Ajayi Hall from Alabama. And you got Isaiah Nayor from Wyoming. Yeah, he was Wyoming's best player last year. I mean, I know it's Wyoming, but still, he put up really good numbers at Wyoming. So, and then you do also bring in Tariq Milton from Iowa State. Yeah, Iowa State. And and then also you also got a tight end from Alabama, Jaleel Billingsley. So meanwhile, although Ajayi Hall is suspended right now, we don't know for how long, but he was arrested after he took a parking boot off of his car. I think we had the same situation with Demetrius Robertson at Georgia last year. So of course he did transfer to Auburn. But anyway, so I don't know how long Hall is supposed to be suspended for. But they say that he can rejoin the team when he pulls himself together or something like that. Anyway, so I do think that this is going to be a very potent offense. But meanwhile, on your defense, I mean your defense is just garbage. I mean, yeah, you gave up 31 points a game last year. over 400 yards a game. Yes, you had about as many yards on offense as you gave up on defense. So, I mean, yeah, it's bad. And then also, and then you have most of your starters coming back too. So you do lose like three defensive backs, and that's it. You do lose Brendan Schooler. Let's see, to the NFL, and then B.J. Foster transferred to Sam Houston. Let's see, yeah. Brendan Schooler, yeah, got picked up by the Patriots, since he did have a yeah Josh Thompson, yeah, who was picked up by the Jaguars. But anyway, but you did bring in a transfer corner from Ryan Watts from Ohio State to try to take Josh Robinson's place. Which also bring back some other defensive backs. Do bring back Anthony Cook and my mom Deshaun Jameson. Anyway, but then looking at what you do return, your two linebackers, your top two tacklers, do bring back my mom. That's Devarion Overshone and Luke Brockermeyer. Anyway, and then let's see, do bring back your big nose tackle, the Trevondre Sweet. Yeah. So how about we get into the and defensive end Ovi Hofo. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, how about we get into the schedule? So you do start out week 1. You play ULM, Louisiana Monroe. So yeah, you're not Alabama. So I mean, you should totally just obliterate them. And then next you play the complete opposite of that. Is you play, you do host Alabama, and yeah, you're gonna get slaughtered. Yeah, this is going to get ugly. Bryce Young will light you up, and Quinn Ewers, will get thrown into the fire in week 2. So, and then you come out of that, you play UTSA at University of Texas San Antonio. Yes, so one of your sister schools, I guess. Yeah. So so you should beat up on them, or sister schools, whatever, satellite schools, whatever you want to call them. Yeah. And then you play at Texas Tech, and I think Texas Tech not very good. I think you should beat them. And then let's see. In the next, you play West Virginia, and I do think West Virginia going to be a lot better than 6 wins this year. Yeah, they do get JT Daniels, going to be a big upgrade quarterback. So yeah, I do think that they will upset you at home. So at your home. Anyway, and the next you play versus Oklahoma at the neutral site game in Dallas. We're at the State Fair. I'm gonna do have you losing this one. So, and the next you play Iowa State. Yeah, I just did my Iowa State preview. So yes, I do have you beating Iowa State. And then next you are at Oklahoma State, and I do have you losing that one. And that takes you into your bye week. You come out of that, you play at Kansas State. I'm giving you a win. You play TCU, win, and then at Kansas. Yes, I know that you lost to Kansas last year, but there's no way you let that happen again. So you're beating Kansas, and then you host Baylor to in the season. And yes, I think I do have you upsetting Baylor to finish out the season, winning 4 in a row. So yeah, that does put your record out to 8-4 and 6-3 in the Big 12. I'm just having a hard time, buying into to Texas, given recent history. And now moving on to the West Virginia Mountaineers. So last year, West Virginia went 6-6. Yeah, 6-7 after losing to Minnesota in their bowl game. So anyway, let's talk about this year. So anyway, so I'm quarterback. Jarrett Deggy is out. Yes, he is transferred to Western Kentucky. I mean, Deggy wasn't terrible, but he was decent, but anyway, so you do bring in JT Daniels, and now me or anyone else will tell you that is it's a big upgrade over Jarrett Deggy. Of course, JT Daniels, transferring from Georgia, former quarterback at Southern Cal, 5-star coming out of high school, but really hasn't, lived up to it yet. Like I said, he showed, flashes his last 2 years at Georgia. So, yeah, but anyway, of course, we know that he was, hurt, for most of last year. Only started 3 games, but before being replaced with Stetson Bennett, who, of course, led Georgia to a national championship. So anyway, so there's that. I really do think you are getting going to be much improved at quarterback. So, but anyway, but of course, as a Georgia fan, I've seen what he can do. So, but anyway, so yes, talk about your running backs. Of course, Lady Brown is gone. Yep, 1,000-yard rusher last year. So he's gone to the NFL, got picked up by the Chargers. So anyway, but you do bring back my mom, Tony Mathis and Justin Johnson. Do you think that my mom Tony Mathis will be getting the majority of the carries? I think he's probably going to be the the main back. Tony Mathis, I mean. But anyway, yes, let's talk about uh, um, wide receivers. Well, you did lose your leading receiver, Winston Wright, transferred to Florida State. Yeah, so he apparently decided that he would rather catch passes from Jordan Travis than JT Daniels. So yes, I understand that one. I mean, he was West Virginia's leading receiver. And he transfers to Florida State, and he had no catches in the opener against Duquesne. So yeah. Anyway, which do bring back yeah, there is good news. Do bring back your number 2 and number 3 wide receivers, Bryce Ford Wheaton and Sam James. Yes, those like those are going to be JT Daniels' main targets. But then you do lose a couple more wide receivers. You do lose Sean Ryan to Rutgers and Isaiah Esdale to Rice. So that's your 4 and 5 receivers, and then your 6 and 7 wide receivers to return. You've got Caden Prather and Reese Smith. Yes, to young receivers that they're gonna need to step up. So, but anyway, so now how about we let's take let's take a look at the the defense now. Well, I should wait before talking about the offense. So yeah, offense was kind of it was bad last year. Yeah, only about 25 points a game, but I think that a new quarterback is gonna help out quite a lot with that. So you should be much better on offense, which you will need to be in order to be better. I mean, but anyway, because you might need it to carry the team, which brings me into the defense. Yeah, I mean, you did have a solid defense last year, about 23 points a game. However, you do lose 4 starters off of that defense. Yes, so your leading tackler, inside linebacker, Josh Chandler Semedo transferred to Colorado. Why, I don't know. I mean, that's obviously a downgrade. So yeah, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, and you do lose. Cornerback Daryl Porter and defensive lineman, yeah, defensive tackle, defensive end, Akeem Mesidor to Miami. And you also lose, you lose Sean, Sean Jahone to the NFL. Yeah, he's now playing for the Jaguars. Let's see, and he lost safety or a defensive back, Jackie Matthews. Anyways, who you do have coming back? You do return linebackers, X. Loy and Lance Dixon. Let's see, you do bring back safety, Alonzo Ade, and let's see, and you did bring back some defensive linemen. You do get back defensive tackle Dante Stills and defensive end Taj Alston. So, but anyways, how about we take a look at your schedule. So anyway, so you do start out week 1. Actually this Thursday. Yeah. So tomorrow night you start the season off against Pitt. At Pitt. Yeah. Renewing the backyard brawl. So. But anyway, so I already did my Pitt preview. So you saw that. Then yes, you know that I do have you losing to Pitt. Yes, I will talk more about this game. It should be coming out with a week 1 predictions video. So anyway, and I'll explain all of that later. But anyway, so the next you do play Kansas. Yeah, Kansas is well, they're garbage, have been for over a decade. So yeah, that should be an easy win. And then next you've got Towson. They're in FCS team. Yeah, you should just totally demolish them. And then next you play at Virginia Tech. I think Virginia Tech, not very good. Just kind of, a mid ACC team. I think you will beat them. So, and then next you play at Texas. So I just did Texas. So you know. Yes, I do have you going on the road and upsetting Texas. So. I guess probably because of Texas defense being so bad. But anyway, yeah, like I said. So anyway, so the next you get your bye week. Come out of that, you play Baylor. I think that's a loss. We'll talk more about that in my Baylor preview, which is coming up next. But anyway, and after that you play at Texas Tech. I know that you lost Texas Tech last year, but this is a revenge game. We actually do have a good quarterback this time, so I will think that you will beat Texas Tech. Yeah, get a little bit of payback from last year. Really, the last 3 years actually. So, and then next you play TCU. I think TCU is not very good. I think that's a win. And then next you get you play at Iowa State. So I already did my Iowa State preview. So yes, so you know that I do have you beating Iowa State. And then next you play Oklahoma. I think that's a loss. Yeah, you have never beat Oklahoma since you joined the Big 12. So that's a loss. And then next you play Kansas State. Yeah, they did beat you last year, so I do. But I do think that you will beat them this year. That's a win. And then you finish the season off at Oklahoma State. And I know it's been a while since you've beaten Oklahoma State. You haven't beaten them since like 2014. So yeah, I think Oklahoma State probably going to be good this year. So yeah, I do have that as a loss. But anyways, that does put your record out to 8-4 and 6-3 in the Big 12. And now moving on to the Baylor Bears. Now of course, my mom last year, Baylor won the Big 12 when no one thought they were going to. Yeah, so can they go back to back? Yes, I know that Baylor has been these media darlings over this past off season. I know that almost everyone is picking them to repeat as Big 12 champions. Can they do it? Well, we'll just have to see. So I think that Baylor will have a good defense again, but there's some concerns about the offense. Really, they lose pretty much all of their skill positions from last year. They're all of their backs and receivers are almost all gone. So to me, that raises a red flag if you're betting on Baylor to win the Big 12. So yes, and they did not get any out of the transfer portal either. So. But anyway, let's talk about your quarterbacks. Yes, so so your starting quarterback from last year, Jerry Bohannon. Yeah, he left to transfer to South Florida after in spring practice. He was beaten out by backup quarterback Blake Shapen. yeah, now actually, Shapen actually started the the Big 12 title game. Yeah, led his team to a win over Oklahoma State to win the Big 12 title when Bohannon was hurt. So, uh, anyways, looks so yeah. So Blake Shapen, yeah, looks like he's going to be the unquestioned QB1. So, but anyway, so now let's look at your running backs. So you did lose Abram Smith and Treston Ebner to the NFL, but you do bring back Tay McMillian. Excuse me, Tay McWilliams. So yeah, it looks like he's gonna be your main back. So and then I'm just sort of like the third back last year. So and then take a look at your wide receivers, tight ends. Yes, so all three of your of your of your starting wide receivers, that they're all gone, and of course they really don't have uh bring back anyone with any experience. I think they didn't bring back anyone with more than one or two catches besides these three. At Taekwon Thornton and Drew Estrada both went to the NFL. To the Patriots and the Texans. And then this one was unexpected. Yes, but and then R.J. Sneed, yes, transferred to Colorado. Yes, which is a big downgrade. Yeah, so there's going to be lots of new faces at the wide receiver position, and but they do bring back a tight end, Ben Sims. So, but anyways, how about we take a look at the defense. So they do lose four starters on the defense. They do lose linebacker Terrell Bernard, leading tackler. Got drafted by the Bills. You did also lose three defensive backs. Yes, you did lose Jalen Pitre. Safety Jalen Pitre, safety JT Woods, and cornerback Raleigh Texada. But anyway, let's see. You did bring back some linebackers, Dylan Doyle and Mac Jones. Yes, the entire defensive line returns, including nose tackle Siaki Ika, defensive end TJ Franklin, and defensive tackle Cole Maxwell. And let's see, and they did, and then of course secondary is going to be a big question mark. Anyways, so they do bring back some backup defensive backs. Like so they did get a safety Christian Morgan, safety Al Walcott, and a cornerback Mark Milton. So, but anyway, so obviously I still think their front seven will be really good. But secondary is a bit of a concern. So, but anyway, so now let's take a look at the schedule. They start out week 1 against Albany. Yes, a chance to of course test out your new your a lot of new players on the offense. So I think that you should absolutely demolish them, and you, you 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 need to, because next week you do have to go on the road to BYU. But I did already do BYU, and yes, yeah, I still do have you beating BYU. I've got to stay consistent. So anyway, and then next you do play Texas State in a game like another team like Albany, that you should destroy. And then next you play Oklahoma State. And yes, I do have you beating Oklahoma State. Yeah, I think this will be a close game, but I do have you pulling this one out. So yeah, so I got you starting out 5-0 going into your bye week. Okay, and then you play at West Virginia. So I just did my West Virginia preview. So I do have you beating West Virginia. And then you play Kansas. Yeah, Kansas is terrible. Yeah, you should just absolutely obliterate them. And then yeah, this is when the trouble starts for you. You got back-to-back road games at Texas Tech and at Oklahoma. Anyway, so you know that almost every team, has at least one game that they should have won that they lost, and maybe at least one game that they probably shouldn't have won. But anyway, so at Texas Tech, I mean, yes, it could. I mean, yes, you lost to TCU last year, so I mean, it could happen. So yes, do have you losing to Texas Tech. Yes, and then at Oklahoma, yes, I also have you losing to Oklahoma. Yeah, I think Oklahoma's still Oklahoma, so I think they're still going to be really good. So anyway, I mean, yeah, they did get a Dylan Gabriel from UCF. Yeah, they do bring back Marvin Mims, so I think that's a loss. And then next you play Kansas State. I think that's a win. And then you play TCU. Yeah, so a revenge game. And I think that you get them back this year. I do a beating Kansas State and TCU. And then you go on the road, last game of the regular season to Austin to play Texas. And yeah, I just did my Texas preview. So you already know that I have you losing to Texas. So anyway, so I do have you I'm at 9-3 and 6-3 in the Big 12. Will it be enough to get you into the back into the Big 12 title game? We'll see. But anyway, so that's about gonna wrap up this video. Yeah, so this is the last, full preview and prediction video that I'm gonna do for the rest of the teams. I'm just going to make one big video and just show the schedules on the screen. Uh, like the with the wins and losses without any context to them. So it's going to be just the wins and losses. Yeah, I have run out of time. So, but anyway, so let me know what you think in the comments below, and thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all again next time.